from Advanced Rehab and Medical in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Megan Von Holtz, and today we're going to continue our discussion on ways to decrease stress. So I'm going to give you a scenario that includes 3 of the different stressors we talked about last time: emotional, chemical or environmental, and physical. So say you just finished dinner and your 4th grader tells you that there's this art project due tomorrow that you knew nothing about. So you run across around the house trying to find everything. You guys spend hours doing it, go to bed late, but at least it's finished. You're just exhausted, so you don't have time to make their lunches. So you set out the peanut butter, the bread, right next to the art project. Go to bed. Next morning, you wake up a little late, but it's okay. You get downstairs and you realize the beloved family dog decided he was hungry for bread in the middle of the night and managed to crash the art project at the same time. So now you're trying to deal with your poor 4th grader who's having a panic attack and try to figure out another way to make lunches because you have no more bread. Finally, you get yourself ready, your kid's ready, you get halfway to school and you realize, oh shoot, those lunches I just made, I left on the kitchen counter. So you drop the kids off. You go back home, you get the lunches, you get that all set, you get to work and you're like, okay, I've got a meeting, I'm almost ready for it, all I have to do is make some copies. You get to the copier and you realize the whole thing is collated wrong. So you try to fix it yourself and it jams. And that fluorescent light above you keeps flickering, and if it continues, you're going to get a migraine. So what do? Do you have an all-out anxiety attack? Been there, done that. Do you have a temper tantrum like a 6-year-old? Been there, done that. Or do you do, our hot word for today, do you get some exercise? Exercise in the middle of the day, you say, actually, just 10 minutes, they have proven. There was a study, it was State University of California, it was done in the 90s, I think, it was in JAMA, and it said just a 10-minute walk, not fast, just a brisk walk, was enough to increase energy, alter mood, and affect a positive outlook for up to 2 hours. So that 10-minute walk in the middle of that makes it so that you can go to that meeting and not have to have your panic attack. Similarly, there was another study done, it was put in the International Journal of Workplace Health Management, it was in 2008, and it proved that people who exercise on days that they go to work have improved mood, like better interpersonal relationships, better productivity, concentration, and time management. And something that was really interesting about it, because they checked them on days that they exercised and worked and days that they just worked without exercise. And people who regularly exercise, for the most part, their mood was pretty consistent, but their general feeling of well-being and their sense of inner calm was less on the days that they didn't exercise when they worked. So these studies, and there's several others, just clear evidence that exercise is really important. And it's not so much like you're running marathons or doing triathlons exercise. It's consistent 20 to 30 minute exercise, 5 to 7 days a week. That long-term commitment to doing that will make a difference in decreasing stress in your life, according to the studies. Now, I am a chiropractor, so I have to put a flip on this a little bit. Chiropractic is essentially making sure that the bones and the joints are moving correctly. So when we make normal motion segment integrity, we're actually exercising, putting motion into the joints. And a lot of those feelings that exercise releases of, being hopeful, positive, more energy, those same things happen after an adjustment because it's the same chemicals, the serotonin, the epinephrine, the endorphins and enkephalins that are released when you do an adjustment as with exercise. And I think one of the ways that it really shows up as interesting to me anyway is, if you ever had that feeling like something in your neck is stuck or your shoulder blade or your hip, and you feel like if you could just get it to shift, the pressure would come off and you would feel better. So that motion of that joint, for sure, it makes it feel better. It generates the serotonin, which if any of you are on SSRIs for your depression, that's trying to keep serotonin in the system longer. If you make serotonin with adjustment or exercise, you're going to feel better. The other thing that happens is they found that exercise actually makes nerve cells. It grows nerve cells and it causes more connectivity among them. And adjustments really can do the same thing, because if my SI joint is stuck, it's not moving, it's not getting that normal input to the brain, so the nerves are getting depressed. If I put motion back in that, so that my hips move normally, I'm going to get more blood flow, more nerve flow to the brain, and actually in helping my hip chiropractically, I may help my brain, which may also decrease my stress. So hopefully that wasn't too much to blow your mind, but just enough to make you think. I'm Dr. Megan Von Holtz. You have a great day.